Right, welcome into round 2 of the qualify weekend here. Historic qualify weekend. I'm playing Red-Black Ominous Traveler Trapfinder. This opening hand has 2 Travelers. We do not like to see that. That is a card we don't want to draw. But it also has Friction Tower, which is the best card in the deck, I think. And only 2 copies, because like it's legendary land. You don't have that many lands in your deck. Yeah, that like having a Friction Tower just makes everything better, and I think you gotta keep this hand for that reason. Also 2 removal spells, you can kind of buy time. And like maybe this is one of those hands that like just natural Bergie. I'm up against Lurus though, which like probably means the red-white artifacts deck, and yeah, Retrofit Foundry, but luckily no Thopter. That's really big here. What's also big is that I drew a Goblin Trapfinder. That's insane here. That's actual nuts. So I think I'm just gonna sacrifice it right away here, so I can just like play my Traveler, spend my mana efficiently. I hit a Bergie. That's not a Traveler. That's what I really needed to hit, but it's alright. I think I'm gonna get a Headless Rider here because I have like ways to sacrifice things, so that actually might matter. Now, if they like, Portable Hold my Ominous Traveler, I'm pretty happy with that. They play Esper Sentinel, which they didn't play turn 1. Okay, so they just drew that, and a Shadow Spear. Okay, luckily I drew my land here, and I'm gonna just jam this Headless Rider, thinking that, oh wait, that's the way I get my Sacrifice Engine going, I get Fodder in play. I don't even consider that I could play Bergie here. And I think in this matchup, playing Bergie here is pretty strong. It makes it so much easier to pay for the Esper Sentinel mana, and in general, it just like makes, all my things like go off. The red-white deck, in their main deck, they don't have Glass Caskets, so the only way they can kill Bergie is with the Declares War card. And the Thopter Saga. And if they do that, they have to skip the first chapter, so they don't get a Thopter, which is like kind of nice, especially with Retrofit Foundry in play. So yeah, even if they do play that card, I actually think it's kind of nice that I can just to play Bergie here. And if they don't have it, well, I mean, I just go off and do silly things. But then I'm gonna play this Headless Rider. I probably also should attack with the Traveler first. It's getting 1 point. It's gonna get bounced to hand anyway. But yeah, I don't, and yeah, I think it's just a mistake. But well, I mean, I think I realized now. It's like, oh wait, well, maybe I should play Bergie. Maybe I should. I don't know. I mean, they can't really kill it, and then I realized, oh yeah, they actually have the Oniedi class war or whatever it's called. Something class war. That's for sure. But I don't think I quite thought it through that like if they do that, they're giving up a 4/4 to kill Bergie immediately, and they actually have Yotia the class war. That was the name. So now I definitely cannot play Bergie, right? Because I would just play it right into the removal spell here. They can just easily tap 3 artifacts. So, can't play Bergie this turn. And I think this is actually a turn where, I mean, at this point, like, I've just woken up. I'm feeling kind of groggy. I'm not really in the zone. I'm gonna tank a bit and consider my options here. Because I do actually have quite a lot of options. I kind of want to remove my opponent's creatures here. But I also like don't want him to draw cards in Esper Sentinel, but I also want to be mana efficient. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a good way to do that. The issue is that like, end of turn here, they're gonna like make a 4/4. I definitely need to push that. I have to use push to kill that one. And then I can use my Bone Shards to kill the Sentinel, which I think I want to do, but I don't really have anything to sacrifice unless I sacrifice the Headless Rider. But that's gonna die anyway, so they're like Yoshi declares war. So I'm kind of like, really stumped here, not really sure how to tap, and like, I'm running out of time here. I mean, I only have like 1 time bank. So, I just like, I have to like quickly do something. Untap, that's not really what I want to do. I want to, oh, okay, yeah, well, never mind. I wanted to attack first. I guess I didn't want to attack. I should probably attack. So I just wasted a mana for no reason here. But that's okay. I think now we just discard a Traveler. We don't really need to have 2 Travelers. It's like too much anyway. And that way we can get rid of this stupid Esper Sentinel, which is causing problems. And just play my Sulphur Springs. And I also realized I made a mistake here, because they're gonna like kill my Rider in the upkeep probably. Or like, in their main phase of the Saga trigger. And I could have actually like saved the point of life by just using Friction Tower to cast that. So yeah, all around, not great plays here. They do need to kill my Headless Rider, I get a zombie. Maybe even wasted my Bone Shards, I'm not even sure. But they just add Lures to hand, that's pretty lucky for me. And they kill my zombie token. Okay, sure. Well, that means it's green light for Horn. I mean, a Bergie is pretty good too, but if you can slam the horn against an aggro deck on an empty board, it's really nice. So here, I mean, we're gonna take 4 damage here. They're gonna replay the Esper Sentinel. It's all good and nice, but we can start to get things going here. So, okay, Village Rites is kind of neat. I think I want to start playing the Traveler. That means I have Sacrifice Fodder for my Village Rites. And I can just discard the card. I could also play a Bergie here. That's like really difficult decision, right? Because I'm giving up a Bergie, but I'm getting like a lot of mana to go with. Actually gonna have a lot of cards to discard to the Horn. And since I also kind of want to pay for the Esper Sentinel, I think playing the Bergie here is actually good. Just giving it up, but I ended up deciding not to. Just hit like a random whatever. I'm just gonna discard that. I should have probably gotten the one that can like be cast from the graveyard, but it only can be used if you have an enchantment anyway, which I don't really have. Alright, hit a Village Rite. That's kind of neat. So now I can just like draw some cards here, and I'm considering if I should pay for this, but since I'm casting Inquisition anyway, it's probably not worth it to pay. I pay anyway. Okay. So I'm just gonna take it slow this turn. It seems like really want to try and hit a land drop here, and I do hit a land. Unfortunately, it's well, that's really greedy. Unfortunately, it's a red land, so I can't play both my discard spells. I try and hit another land, but I just like break. I think I should just kept that land in hand. It's just way better for next turn. I just had to take it slow there. Also, the discard spell gets like a little bit worse as well. I mean, I could easily have died there to the other saga with that. I forgot the name of the white one that pumps equal to the enchantments and artifacts. Alright, well, they do develop a board. They drew a Toolcraft Exemplar, or I guess they had that already, but they get to equip lures here. I guess lifelink on lifelink, sure, whatever. We take some damage here. Have Retrofitter Foundry to go with their Thopters, so yeah, that's all pretty good. And now I definitely like need to get somewhere. Like this is probably a turn where I have to cast Bergie. But now I don't have anything to sacrifice, so it's actually kind of awkward. And I'm gonna discard this Village Rites now because I have the dispute. You can see like if I just had that extra land in hand to discard. Okay. Drawing a Bergie here is nice. So what I'm gonna do here, and this is really cute. What I really want here is that I'm gonna sacrifice this fleeting Bergie to my Deadly Dispute. But I also really want to get some mana out of this Bergie. The issue is that like, okay, so if I play this Bergie here, like I can, you know, gain a red mana, and then as you can see here, I'm gonna do it now. Probably gonna make sure I tap right. So play this, hold priority, get a red mana, and then now I can cast Deadly Dispute, sacrificing Bergie. I do not get a mana off this one though. Sadly, that's how things work. I'll just let him draw at this point, I think. It's really important that I can just play a bunch of stuff. But now I have my treasure, I have extra cards, I can like keep, you know, going off with this horn here. So we're gonna draw some extra cards here. We're really gonna like try and look. Okay, that's a Trapfinder. That's really, really important, right? Now, you know, that can be sacrificed. I can probably sacrifice it to the tower so I get mana, and then I can sacrifice a treasure to my Deadly Dispute if I need to. But hopefully I hit something. One other thing to consider here is that I might be bottlenecked on black mana. So it's really important that like if you have black lands, you play your black spell first, and then you can play Trapfinder off that. I think what I actually should have done here is play Inquisition maybe, because like actually there's a reasonable chance I don't want to kill the lures if I end up like finding Claim the Firstborn. I can like play a Trapfinder from my graveyard, but anyway, this is how we're doing it. So we sacrifice that. Let's see what we hit here. Another Trapfinder wouldn't be too bad either. I do hit my 0 mana Traveler, so now we're just going off. We're in the clear here. So that was a pretty wild turn. I mean, it was a turn where I ended up like trying to go for the Bergie. I think I definitely misplayed this game a little bit, but yeah, now we're in the clear. Now we're just gonna go off. You know what we're gonna do when we go off? We're gonna pause this music, we're gonna start this music, and we're just gonna have ourselves a nice dance session while we go into 2x speed. Woo! And I can only fault you if you're not dancing at home as well. This is what we're doing. This is our daily workout while we watch the combo go off and go off and go off. Alright, and my opponent I mean, I really want to like, you know, I have to like steal the Thopter, then they can sacrifice it, and I have to like steal the 4/4, but that's alright. I mean, we can, you know, at least like once you steal the Thopter, which I think I should have started by doing actually, that means my opponent will be tapped out, so the combo will go much faster. Once the opponent is not trying to respond. But they didn't even respond, didn't even sacrifice it. Sure, okay, we just got the blocker. Opponent is like, you know, out there, like, you know, I don't know, hitting the floor or hitting the gym, getting some water. I don't know what's happening here, but we're just tasting things up. We're doing our thing, generating some mana. And eventually this might be lethal, like who knows? It's always like a race against the time, right? I only have 6 minutes, right? 6 minutes before my turn just ends, right? So I have to do as much as possible in that time span, and I cannot do this at 2x speed while I'm going off. As you can see, like at some point you hit enough mana that you start like not even taking the 1 mana cards. You just like, you know, get zombies that can like buff up your zombies. Already like one of my champions already has haste, so that's kind of neat. You'll see me now like just holding a card like on the screen here, because that makes like all the triggers resolve faster if you're like hovering a card like that for some reason. I will admit that like my dance moves here are gonna be a little bit limited because I'm sitting down, but that's alright. Is this song just saying potato chips? Okay, I am listening to the no copyright, like free gaming music. Royalty free gaming, that's why. Royalty free. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Royalty free music. There we go. Okay, I drew some cards. I mean, okay, it wasn't the rope started showing up. I started panicking. I couldn't really end up like finding the exact lethal. Needed another thing. So I just like, you know, I'm just gonna keep like playing things here. I don't even know why I'm using my horn. I mean, I'm so far ahead. But I guess I just want to make sure that like, oh yeah, that I can actually sacrifice the things I've stolen. That makes sense. Alright, well, and now we're passing the turn, and yeah, Yoshi declares war. You can deal damage to something. Are you gonna do that? Well, I thought not. Alright. Back to sideboarding. Slow it down again. That was game 1. I have no idea how that's gonna work in video. I hope it plays out fine. Maybe the sound levels are like too bad. But I kind of wanted to hit the club vibe where I'm just like yelling over the music. You can barely hear me. Actually, we didn't really get to see how the sideboarding went. Oh no. But in this matchup, basically, I have like artifact hate. I have the expel, and hold on. Destroy X artifacts, and I have Call Against command. And they definitely come in. And I also like want my anti-creature cards, like this Grizzly Sigil, for instance. I said I had 2 casualty removal spells in my sideboard. They're really important to work with the claim, the first one. Also bought in the 4th claim. And what we're gonna take out is that we're just gonna take out our Thopters, because we don't really need that. We take out the Echoing Return, because the way they kill my creatures is by exiling them a lot of the time. And we can, we're gonna be on the draw, so I'm gonna shave a Prosper on the draw. See me here considering how to board this. Could also cut a Village Rites. I end up cutting a Bone Shards here. I think that's a little bit risky because they are gonna have Hushbringers post boards. That's like that's a thing you need to be aware of. As like Hushbringer stops both the Trapfinder and the Traveler. Doesn't stop Bergie at least, but yeah, you can't combo off with a Hushbringer in play, so you definitely need to remove it. So it kind of like acts as a lightning rod, as well as like sometimes you have a hand where you're not trying to interact, you're just trying to raise. We saw some bad hands there. Oh, okay, that was a bad idea. Yeah, let's just wait. Okay, we got into the game again. So I just gotta pause on these hands so you can see them, but that's probably a waste of time. That's a waste of everyone's time, including my own. Anyway, one lander with, and maybe if this is a block crypt, this hand would be fine because I can play Trapfinder and like then sacrifice it to village rights. But even then, we have a traveler in hand. We have to claim the firstborns. If you have to use our village rights, like we're not gonna be able to sacrifice Trapfinder. I'm just gonna have to mull this. So this hand, you know. Again, just a bunch of like, village right effects and no black mana even. It just doesn't work. We have the Traveler too. We don't want the Traveler on our hand. And yeah, this hand is okay, but I mean, it's still a one-lander, but I'm gonna have to try and keep this and hope to draw a black source. And I'm gonna put back one claim, and I'm gonna make sure that like, I actually gonna put back a Fatal Push here, because like that way, now I have like 2 things to sacrifice, and I had 2 sacrifice outlets, and like that's gonna be my game plan here. Right, didn't hit on the first go. I'm not gonna play my Trapfinder because of Portable Hole. And they play a Hushbringer. Okay, so Hushbringer definitely needs to die. The only way I can kill this is with Claim the Firstborn. It's kind of awkward that I can't use my mana. I actually think I really get punished here by not playing Trapfinder turn 1. Because at least then I would have been able to like Village Rights away the Trapfinder with my black mana. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, if I just played the Trapfinder out there, it would be way better for me. I decided not to kill the Ornithopter. Maybe that's loose. Maybe I just have to kill it, because like they could. But on the other hand, I really need to kill the Hushbringer. But yeah, now we have this issue where I can't actually do that because I don't have black mana now without the tower. If I gotten like the Village Rights off, like if I played turn 1 Trapfinder, this would have just worked out so much better for me. But I didn't, and now this Hushbringer is getting swole, and we're taking a lot of damage here. So like right now, I'm probably forced to like, I'm considering just killing the Hushbringer right now, even though I don't get to trigger my Trapfinder. But I decide I can wait a turn with that, like maybe I hit a Black Sauce, and that's gonna be much better for me. I do not. So now the only thing I can do here, I mean, Grisly Sigil doesn't really do much. The only thing I can do here is just like hope to go all in on Hushbringer. They don't even do that. So I'm gonna like take some damage here, and we're just gonna have to sacrifice our Trapfinder. Don't get the death trigger. At least we can pay for the Esper Sentinel, but yeah, ouch. That was quite a lot of damage. At least like we have 1 turn of reprieve next turn. Barely, but we still break. Even worse, like another sacrifice outlet. That's just not what we need right now. So yeah, I think even if I'd played the Trapfinder turn 1 and gotten to Village Rights on turn 2, I would not have gotten there yet. I guess I would have been like 2 cards deeper, but like at least it would have taken me a while to even hit the land drop, and yeah, I break again. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's what it is. We multi 5, and I kept a hand that like really needed to hit a black sauce, but then Friction Tower didn't really count as a black sauce. Anyway, I decided to support in a Bone Charge instead of a Village Rights, just to deal with have more answers for Hushbringer. It's just quite important. Oh, okay. I mean, this is a triple Trapfinder hand. It's not ideal, but I can at least play this out turn 1. If they Portable Hold it, I'm totally fine. And if they don't, well, I mean, I get to like play a little bit more efficiently with my Village Rights here. So, Claim the Firstborn is, I could use that, or I can just sacrifice the Trapfinder here and try and see if I can find something. I hit the Traveler immediately, so now we just need to find a Burgie. That's kind of perfect. Yeah, I did that main phase so I could hit a discard spell potentially. But yeah, now we just like hope that things will die. Alright, Ingenious Smith coming into play. Luckily they played Ornithopter on turn 1 for, I guess, no reason. So now they can't trigger the Ingenious Smith. But they are attacking with the Trap Exemplar, and that's perfect for us. Like, that's also a way you can get rid of Trapfinder. And I hit a Burgie, so this is just perfect. Like, now I can just go. Right? I was pretty lucky, but yeah, I'm gonna get 3/3 because it's a good blocker. And just gonna do my thing here. So hopefully, like, I can go off with at least like every time you hit a 2-mana card, you're going even here. You will also notice that I'm not starting the music. I wonder why I'm doing that. So here I'm gonna get like the flyer instead of the Headless Scarp, because maybe like jump blocking a flyer actually matter in this game. And since it's a 3-drop, right? Like that turn, I was forced to take a 3-drop. I haven't found a 1-mana card yet. You're about 30% to hit a 1-mana card of your Traveler, but there's also a chance that like you hit no 2 or less mana cards, because there's like, you know, only 6 things that cost 2 or less, so out of 15. And so it's pretty likely that like, you also end up in a hand like the one where you have to take a 3 mana card. And when that happens, and the reason I'm starting the music here is because I'm really explaining this combo here. And when that happens, like basically like you end up losing a mana whenever you play a 3 mana card. So you need to like hit 1 mana cards to pay for that. So here, like I'm actually like, you know, sorry, in a spot like this, it's really interesting because whenever I play Traveler, there's a chance that I end up with that hand where I just have to choose the 3-drop. But if you look at my mana right now, I don't have the mana to be able to play a 3-drop here. So right now, I'm going to take the super conservative route, which is, since I have a backup Berkey in hand, if I play the Traveler here, and I brick, like if I hit all 3-drops, I won't be able to play something to bring back the Traveler. Traveler has the Trapfinder trigger now, so it's gonna die in a turn. So I'm gonna lose my combo piece if I brick. And what I realized, I mean, I went for it like last time because I felt like the board I had wasn't good enough, but then I hit then I hit Plate Stitch Scarp. And now I think my board is actually reasonable, and I can probably stop here. I think this is wrong. After playing the deck more, I think this is not a spot where I can stop. If I break, like, the upside is that if I hit a 1 mana thing, maybe I can just continue going, like much more. And if I brick, it's not even that bad. I'm gonna have an extra like 3-drop in hand that I can play to the board. Like maybe I hit another like Geist, and like that's gonna like, you know, increase my clock. And like I have 2 more Trapfinders to try and hit another Traveler. And I also have 2 Kolaghan's Command in my deck to get back the Traveler. So it's not even that bad if I break, and there's a chance that I can do much more than this. I think this board is pretty good, but it might actually be cutting it close in this matchup. Obviously, like I'm thinking that I can still like just combo next turn. But yeah, I can easily like play up both my Trapfinders here, because they're gonna be free while I have Berkey in play. So I'm gonna attack for free here, and just play out 2 Trapfinders. And yeah, Berkey dies, because it was the Trapfinder triggered, Trapfinder enhanced, I don't know what you would say. But again, like my board is okay, but they play a Hushbringer now, so now I can't go off anymore. I was thinking that I can just claim the first one, the Hushbringer, but that doesn't work. That really doesn't work. And they kill a Plate Stitch Scarp. I knew they could do that, but actually I didn't really realize that, like, oh, if they do that, my board is not even that good. Okay, I hit a Fatal Push. That's really important. So what I can do here, and probably what I should have done, is play Berkey, play Fatal Push, and then go off from there. Because that would give me, like, 2 mana and pool. I'm in the same spot as I was before. The other thing I could do is just play the Berkey, make sure to pass the turn and then kill the Hushbringer on my opponent's turn. That way they don't know if if they're gonna be able to live. And then I can untap with Berkey and have super much mana. It's kind of dangerous against the Yochidi class wall, but they don't really have the artifacts right now. They only have 2 artifacts. So I decided to go with that plan instead. Thinking about if I should attack, realized that I just actually don't really want to attack with anything here, so I just passed the turn. Yeah, I think again here, it's just worth going for the Traveler. Because, like, you know, I can hit like maybe I can hit some 2-drops, which will make my board better. Like another Plate Stitch Scarp here would be nuts. And maybe I can, and they have a Glass Casket. So now, like, that actually stops my combo once again. So that's definitely not ideal. I'm gonna think about if I should kill the Hushbringer here, but since they have a Lurrus coming, like, maybe I don't want to kill the Hushbringer yet. And I draw Grisly Sigil. Okay. So what the Sigil does here is that it enables me to kill my Trapfinders. So maybe I can actually go off here if I hit another Berkey. But I do need to kill the Hushbringer first. So Grisly Sigil is like, you know, deal 1 damage, gain 1 life with casualty. And then you can also like point both of the same thing, and then they combine to deal 4 damage. That's essentially what the card does. And I'm thinking about like how to do this. I could like, there's actually a lot of permutations for how to do this. Because I could also like just steal their Hushbringer and sacrifice that. The reason I'm not doing that is that I realized that I really want to claim the first one on their Lurrus, which they're gonna have at some point. And in my mind, I can cast the Berkey from the graveyard, the 1 mana Berkey that's sitting there in my graveyard. I know it seems he's free. I just like brain for. Okay, so I hit another Traveler here. That's not ideal. But actually what I can do is that I can just play this Traveler here and try and hit a 2-drop. I don't think I do that actually. Yeah, this is just wrong. I'm just supposed to play the Traveler here. If I hit a 2-drop or a 1-drop, I just like add to my board. And if I break, it's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. Alright, they just put lures into hands. And yeah, I mean, now we have this scrappy game going on where I'm just attacking with my flyer. Alright, now we get the Traveler going. 0-mana Traveler is still pretty good. I hit another Blaze Stitch Scarp. So I can actually like play that like once more this turn because I have like 5 mana. Right, so it's like really efficient at building up a board. And I hit a Dominating Vampire. But I can't really steal anything, so I'm just gonna take this random uncommon. Which is gonna like grow end of turn, so that's kinda neat. So we attack here, and if we should have played my Vampire pre-combat, but that's whatever. Gets a counter, and yeah, they did trade for my Scarp, but now they play Lurrus. Do they have a land for the Hushbringer? Because remember again, Hushbringer will shut off my Traveler. They do not have a land. That's really important. So now I can play Traveler twice again. And like, hopefully I can hit something. So, oh, right, yeah, this is what happens. I steal the Lurrus, and then I realize, oh wait, I thought I had lethal here. I just steal the Lurrus, I'm gonna cast Bergie, I'm gonna go off. Oh wow, that is not how it works. The Bergie is indeed gone. Or it's not gone, but it's like 3 mana. And Lurrus is only 2 mana or less. In my brain fart, like I did know that Bergie was 3 mana, but I thought that Lurrus could bring back 3 mana or less. Obviously it's 2 mana or less. It's been a while since the good cat got banned in every format, except Historic, apparently. So now I'm just thinking, okay, shit, that's not really good. I guess I get an attack in here, and a pretty good one at that. So I'm just gonna play my Traveler here. I'm gonna hit a 1-drop, and then like, I can play this Blade Stitch Scarp, and like grow that, and that's kind of neat. I should probably play the Traveler, but I'm also thinking that this Takenuma I drew is kind of neat, because I can use that to get back Bergie. And then maybe I can go off. So actually, I probably had lethal this turn. I could like maybe just like use Takenuma, get back Bergie, and just play my Travelers. Because like both true Travelers will also generate some amount of mana, right? And it like ups the chances that I hit a 1-mana card if I play 2 Travelers. So I actually probably should have just gone for that. But anyway, that's not what we're doing. Because like the Bergie is still 1 mana in the Graveyard. It's perpetual, right? So I could like 4 mana on Takenuma, get back Bergie for 1 mana, play Traveler, probably go off. Instead, I do this, right? It's still pretty good, right? I do deal a lot of damage. I do have a pretty big board. My opponent can cast Hushbringer, but like maybe I'll be able to like navigate this into a win still. It's kind of awkward. I also don't think I realized that like my Champion of the Parish doesn't work. Well, my opponent went for the Smith here, Ingenious Smith, after the Hushbringer instead of the other way around. I mean, if they'd hit an Ornithopter, like that could have been pretty bad for me, so that's kind of neat. But yeah, I don't think I realized that the Hushbringer also shuts off my Headless Rider. I think I'm just jamming the Headless Rider pre-combat, actually. Maybe I realized though. Oh, no, I think actually what I really want is that I had the Bergie in my graveyard. So right now I'm doing the math here. How can I force them to block? And if I get back the Bergie, it's a 3/3 haste. You know, like that's actually what I need in this board. So I'm just gonna play the Bergie here and I'm gonna attack with everything. Except for the Trapfinder. I realized that, like if they... Actually, since they can block with 2 lifelingers, they can go to 9 life. If they block one of them on my Trapfinder, like block Hushbringer on Trapfinder, and then like block Lurrus here and chump block the 4/4, they only take 5 damage and they're gonna gain 4 life. So, actually they're gonna take 7 damage and gain 4 life. But that's, you know, that's not enough to kill them. So, the fact that they can do that means I just like throw away a Trapfinder for no reason other than giving them 1 life. So this attack right here doesn't force them to chump block with Hushbringer. It does force them to block with Lurrus though, which is really, really important for me right now. So it's just blocking with Hushbringer and Legend Smith is like not good enough. And if I don't attack with Trapfinder, they can't block in a way with Lurrus where it survives. So that's all good. If they block with Hushbringer, they are also just dead. They probably know that, but yeah. I'm just gonna attack here and see what happens. Alright, so they leave themselves alive at 1 life, leave the Hushbringer in play. They don't want to die to my Traveler going off here. That's alright, but like my board is really, really good right now. I have a 1/1 haste coming in next turn, and that game ended up being a lot scrappier than it needed to be. I could have, like, there were multiple turns where I could have just tried to go for it, but I chickened out. Didn't want to leave myself without the ability to combo, and instead, my opponent just stopped my ability to combo with Glass Casket and Hushbringer, locking me out. And yeah, just like, I don't think that was ideal, but we ended up with a victory. Anyway, you did get one dance sesh out of me, so that's cool and all. Anyway, happy now to start 2-0, and let's see you guys for round 3.